Yo, what is good, my peoples? I know it's been a minute. Welcome to the sort of my CD collection. This is part 105. Woo! It's been about like what, a year and change since I've done one. Particularly January of last year is the last time I did my CD collection part 104. So it's been a minute. So I've been busy with work, music, the podcast. Shout out to everybody in the Speaking Club podcast, Mike Sizz, Triborough, Chris, aka Chris, Ricardo, Cold Chillin', Reg, Hoovy, Ross Hartley, you know what I mean? So, Martin's Uncle Marty Ma, you know what I mean? Shout out to him. Yeah, man. Just been busy with all that stuff, you know, making beats and stuff like that. But that's no excuse, you know what I mean? I know. But, you know, better late than never. I get a swig of water. Alright, let's start off with the first CD. These CDs are like common joints, you know, joints that I'm pretty sure some of you guys already have in your collection. Nothing spectacular. I'm happy with what I have, but you know, just saying, you know what I mean. Yeah, let me just start off with the first CD. TLC with CrazySexyCool. This is their second album, released in 1994. Everybody in their dog should know who TLC is and this album. You guys don't know about TLC. You guys have been hiding under the rock, so you gotta get your Googles on, man. So, but anyways, this is a second album from 1994. Love this album. This is a classic album. You know what I mean? Highly recommended. If you like that mid-90s R&B like I do, then this is the album to get. You know, got joints like Digging On You, Creep, Red Light Special, Waterfalls, which I'm not a fan of the song. I like the song. I don't love it though. Because I've heard it so many times and it's just like, alright, we get it. We fucking get it, you know? If I was your girlfriend, you know, the whole album is though. Even with Waterfalls, as much as I can't stand the song, I do appreciate it, you know, just to say the least. But, yeah, man, this is a great album. You know, this came about at a time when, you know, the whole, Left Eye and, Andre Rison, that whole controversy when she burned down dudes, burned down the mansion. You know, at the time she was like really battling with alcohol and stuff like that, you know, things of that nature. So, I'm talking about Left Eye. You know what I mean? So, it's unfortunate. Just want to say rest in peace to Left Eye Lopez. Definitely missed. You know what I mean? But, I just love the whole production of the album. Dallas Austin, Babyface, man. His production, I don't think a lot of people talk about. He's very underrated as a producer, man. That dude, his production is timeless, man. It's very timeless. He has like a certain sound that, you know, that can never be duplicated. And Babyface does this on this album, man. And I highly recommend it. Shout out to Kenneth Emmons, man, aka Babyface. This is TLC CrazySexyCool. Everybody should have this in collection. I don't care if you like R&B. If you don't like R&B, I don't care. You should just own this album. That's just my thoughts on that. Next album is the Lowdown Dirty Shame soundtrack, released in 1994. Very dope soundtrack, dope movie too. Very slept on movie. Well, I won't say slept on, but I remember back in the 90s when it first came out, like 94. It was really popular. Like everybody and their mom went to go see this movie. This is a very dope movie. Unfortunately, I was too young to watch this when I was younger. I did remember watching it on cable around like 95, 96. So, because I was too young to see that in theaters. But yeah, man, very dope movie. I love it. I love the soundtrack too. The soundtrack is dope. It's very R&B influenced. You know, you got joints like Down for Whatever, which was a single. Shame, I believe, was a single. What else? I Can Go Deep. Yeah, so Down for Whatever, Shame, I Can Go Deep. What else? What was the single? Later On with Casual, that was a single too as well. got a lot of joints, man. A lot of dope R&B stuff. You got stuff like from Nice Johnny, shout out to Johnny. R. Kelly with Lover, Homie Lover Friend, but the remix. I kind of prefer the OG version from the 12 play album. I like that version better. Rajane, Turn It Up, Change of Faces. Very underrated R&B group. Aaliyah, rest in peace to her. Tevin Campbell, High Five, Souls of Mischief, Fushnikins, Keith Murray with How's That, which was featured on his first album. Organized Confusion with Let's Organize featuring Q-Tip. That was also featured on his second album, the Stress album, which I did a review on a couple years ago. Check that out. Ghetto Style was Smooth. Front and Back, Side to Side with UGK. That was off their second album, Super Tight, which is my favorite album from them. Very slept on album in my opinion. In Front of the Kids by Extra Prolific. Shout out to Extra Prolific. They were part of the whole Hieroglyphics crew. They have a dope album called Like It Should Be that came out in '94, the same year. That song is also featured on that album as well. So definitely a dope album. Highly recommended. And You Wrong for That by Miss Killa. And then I think that's the only song she ever came on. She was only featured on. She never had an album. Miss Killa, she had a song on the Menace to Society soundtrack. I forgot the name of the song. It's a dope song. But this is like the last song I've heard from her. But yeah, dope soundtrack. If you like R&B, like hip hop, nice mixture of it, then you'll definitely enjoy this joint right here. Low Down Dirty Shame. Excuse me, released in 1994. Back when soundtracks were dope. Alright. Then we got Buju Banton with his third album titled Voice of Jamaica, released in 1993. Yeah, this is a dope album, you know what I mean? This is Buju Banton pre-dreadlocks. This is before he found Ja, you know what I mean? The singles off this album, I wrote them down. I believe Make My Day was a single. There is a video for that, definitely check it out. You got songs like Deportees, Commitment, Wicked Act. Whew, man, that joint Wicked Act with Busta Rhymes, man, that shit is dope. Sound like something that would have been on like that would have been what's that the Time album, the Inner Mind's Eye album that I did a review on a couple years ago. Definitely check that out. Very dope stuff right here. Not my favorite Buju Banton album, but it's definitely a dope album. You know what I mean? Yeah, very dope. Highly recommended. You know what I'm saying? Around this time, he was catching a lot of flack because of the whole Boom Bye Bye song, and he caught a lot of flack for that. And because of that, he was banned from like certain countries, like certain radio stations wouldn't play his music and stuff like that. And by the way, I'm so glad Buju Banton is out. Much love, man. I'm so happy he got out. He's a lot more positive, more humble. I love to see that, man. So, yeah, Buju Banton, he's that dude, man. I'm so glad he's out. Served his time like a man, you know what I mean? And he did his thing, you know what I mean? But just glad he's out. Glad I own this album. This is Voice of Jamaica by Buju Banton, released in '93. This album, I'm so glad I finally found it because I've been talking about this album before for a minute. So glad I own it. Goodie Mobs was Still Standing, released in 1998. This is their second album. I've been talking about this album for a minute. Been trying to get this album for a minute, but finally got my hands on it. So happy about that. Yeah, man, great album. You know, kind of picks up what from Soul Food. I did a review on Soul Food. Definitely check it out. The singles off the album, They Don't Dance No More, and Black Eyes. I believe Black Eyes was the biggest single off the album. But got some dope joints, man. I love the standout tracks for me is The Damn, I Refuse Limitation, See When I See You, Inshallah, and Still Standing, the self-titled track. Very dope album. I would have to do a review on this album eventually, so definitely stay tuned for that. Alright. So this is Goodie Mob with Still Standing, released in 1998. Very dope album. It's out of print, but you can find it. Definitely pick it up. Highly recommended. Got the Thug Life in the background. All right, then we got 50 Cent with his second studio album titled Damasco, released in 2005. Originally it was supposed to be called the Valentine's Day Massacre or the Valentine's Day Massacre, but he just shortened it to the Massacre. Very dope album, a big improvement to Get Rich or Die Tryin', in my opinion. This is also the album that he recorded videos for all the songs of the album, although he's not the first MC to do that. The first MC to do that was actually Ice-T with OG Original Gangster. You can find those videos on YouTube as well as the ones on here too. So the one with the black cover with the special is the special edition version with the videos and stuff like that. But like I said, you have YouTube, so unless you're like a collector like me, then then I would pick it up. But if you're a 50 Cent fan, I definitely think you should pick it up. My favorite songs, the singles this album is known for are Disco Inferno, which I'm not a fan of, Candy Shop, what else? Out of Control, what else? What was the singles on this album? Just a Little Bit. Oh my god, I can't stand this song. The singles were whack, in my opinion. The singers were trash. That was the downfall of this album. But it does have some street shit that I love. Standout tracks for me are This Is 50, love that joint. Rider Music, Guns Come Out, Position of Power, God Gave Me Style, and I Don't Need Them. Those are the standout tracks for me on this album. But I'm glad I own it. This is 50 Cent with the Massacre, released in 2005. This brings back memories. This shit came out the senior year of high school. It was like, I remember it came out in like early spring of that year. So, but yeah, 50 Cent with the Massacre, released in 2005. Then we got Silkk the Shocker with his third album. I believe it's his third album. Made Man, released in 1999. Pretty decent album. It got some it has some flaws, but it's not too bad. It's not as good as Charge to the Game or the Shock album that came out in 96, but it definitely got some joints. Excuse me. The singles I like, the singles of this album are It Ain't My Fault Part 2, Somebody Like Me, and Ghetto Rain. Those are the singles off the album. The central tracks for me are The Day I Was Made, Ghetto Rain, You Know What We're About, We Won't Stop, If it don't make money or dollars, put it on something and get it up. Those are the standout tracks for me. The rest of the songs were okay, but it seemed like 1999 was like a bad year for No Limit. They kind of hit and miss for me. That's just my personal opinion. But yeah, Made Man by Silkk the Shocker, released in 1999. Next album, I showed you guys this already, but there's a reason why I'm gonna show this again. It's Master Killers with No Set Date, released in 2004. I'm not gonna get too much into it. I already showed you guys this, but the reason why I bought it is because when I bought it last time, it didn't come with the DVD, but this time it did. The one I bought has a DVD. There's two, so I'm very anal about shit like that. So just want to throw that out there. Next album, still in the No Limit realm of things. Master P with Only God Could Judge Me. This was released in 1999. This was supposedly his comeback album, to say the least. The reason why I say that is because the MP The Last Dawn was supposed to be his retirement album, but that never happened. And to me, when artists say that, in my opinion, I feel like it's a ploy, and it's a publicity stunt. That's all it is, So that's just my personal opinion. But the singles off this album are Step to This and Ballers. You know what I mean? Those are the two singles of the album. The standout tracks for me are what's that shit? Boonapolis, Stop Playing With Me, Ghetto in the Sky, Commercial, Y'all Don't Want None, Who Down the Ride, Y'all Don't Know, and Nobody Moves. Those are the standout tracks for me. The issue I have with this album is the production, because I'm so used to like the Beats by the Pound production. You know what I mean, yeah, of course, we would love to have the DJ Darryl, but by the time he left Richmond, Richmond, California, he just kind of like, deaded him and, just went with Beats by the Pound. But some of the beats, they were definitely trying to have like that that Cash Money sound, and it's just, it doesn't fit him. You know what I mean? Like, he has his core producers that he's known for using, and he should just use that. But I guess he was trying to catch a different audience. I don't know if you guys might agree with me with that, but that's just my personal opinion. But yeah, this is Master P, Only God Could Judge Me. This is released in 1999, and these are the infamous Q packs that people love and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. These usually go for a lot of money, so if you can get one, you're a No Limit fan, I highly recommend get it, because it's worth a lot of money. But yeah, Only God Could Judge Me by Master P, released in 99. Still in the No Limit realm of things is I Got the Hookup soundtrack, released in 1998. Man, whoo! Great soundtrack. The singles of this album is only one single. Is I Got the Hookup, pretty dope. Favorite tracks for me, the standout tracks for me are Hook It Up, What the Game Made Me, From What I Was Told, I Got the Hookup, Hooked, Would You Hesitate, Itch or Scratch, Dump and Grow, Tell Me What You Looking For and What You Need, and Drama. Those are the standout tracks of the album. Let me see something. Alright, so there's some songs that were eventually featured on certain albums. Like, for example, Ghetto Vet was featured on, it was by Ice Cube. That was featured on the War and Peace album, which I have to do a review on eventually. Speaking of, right? Let's Ride by Abel and MJG. Let's Ride was also featured on the Lost album, the 3-disc album. Very dope album. Let's see. Another song. Bump and Grow, UGK. That was dope too. But you guys know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, some of those songs were featured on other albums too. So, but yeah, great album, great soundtrack. The beats on this album is just so fucking dope. I highly recommend it. You can find it, definitely pick it up. Gotta love these Q packs, man. Alright, next album is Mathematics with Soul of a Man. This was released in 2006. This is pretty much like an instrumental album. I didn't hear all of it. I heard some of the stuff, and to me, Mathematics, he's a decent producer, and I respect his contribution to Wu-Tang, and like his role in drawing the Wu symbol, the Wu logo. But for me, man, like Mathematics, he's kind of hit or miss for me, and this is no different. I heard some of the stuff. It was kind of okay. Didn't really blow me away. I'm more of a fan of True Master, Fourth Disciple, Kim from Royal Fam, people like that. So, but I'm just glad to own it. I know this is probably out of print, so if you can find it, pick it up. Next album, 50 Cent's debut studio album, titled Get Rich or Die Trying, released in 2003. Everybody and their dog should know who this album, who 50 Cent is, and the deal with this album. Everybody knows about that. me and the rest of the Speaker Cloud podcast did an ill review on Get Rich or Die Tryin. Um, yeah, man, I enjoyed that review. That was fucking dope. The singles off this album are Many Men, In the Club, PIMP, If I Can't, 21 Questions, shit like was 20 was If I Can a single? Let me see. I wrote it down. Yeah, it was a single. Okay, that's what I thought. Standout tracks for me is What Up Gangsta, Many Man, High All the Time, Heat, If I Can't, Back Down, dope diss tracks towards Murder Inc. and Ja Rule. If I Can't, Back Down, Poor Little Rich, Don't Push Me, Gotta Make It to Heaven. Those are the standout cuts on the album. Dope album, had a big impact in hip hop. You know what I mean? So yeah. So when you guys get a chance, definitely make sure you guys check out our review for 50 Cent's Get Rich or Die Tryin. I thought we did a great job. So yeah, this is Get Rich or Die Tryin, released in 2003. Give me 1 second, guys. Oh, dang. Alright. Sorry about that. Next album that I want to show you guys is Mathematics with his second album called The Problem, released in 2005. Again, it's a producer album. It's just him on the beats, and Cash rapping over his beats and stuff like that. Nothing too much. This was like an independent release under Nature Sounds. Nature Sounds is a dope record label. They put out some dope shit. To me, the standout tracks were Strawberry and Cream, which features all A La Real, Inspector Del, RZA, and Ghostface. What else? Bullet Scars, which features T Slugs. What else? Real Nillas, featuring Ghostface, Buddha, I Slow, and Raekwon. And Spotlight, which was like a bonus track featuring Method Man, Yuga, Inspector Dang, and Capadonna. Once again, like I said before, I do feel like, he's a little bit hit or miss for me. This is my personal opinion. But, yeah, just glad I own it, you know what I mean? So it's not something that you find very often. But, yeah, this is Mathematics with The Problem, released in 2005. Next album. You guys gonna be surprised when I got this, that I will show you. But I know everybody in Speaking Cloud would appreciate it. It's E40 with his debut album titled Federal, released in 1993. This is the reissue. This is not the OG pressing. The OG pressing has like a red. Is red, and then pretty much, and it has like some like sidebars right here, and it says some stuff, some captions and stuff like that. Yeah, decent album, man. I'm not the biggest E40 fan, but I told the fellas that I'm gonna give them a chance, and I found that I was like, I have to pick this up, man. There's no this was like an underground album for him. Like the standout, the album that got him, his breakthrough album was like In a Major Way is what got him, was his breakthrough album. Songs like Sprinkle, Sprinkle, and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? The standout tracks for me on this album are Drought Season, Federal, the self-titled track, Hide and Seek, Let 'Em Have It, Extra Manish. Those are the standout tracks for me. There were some songs that were cut off of this album that's only on the OG pressing, and those songs are Tangy 2, Get 'Em Up, and Rasta Funky Style. Get 'Em Up was actually a dope track, but it's a shame that they took it off the album. This is Federal. by E40, released in 1993. This is, like I said, this is the 1995 reissue. Then we got Missy Elliott with her second album titled The Real World, released in 1999. In my opinion, this is her magnum opus. It's my introduction to Missy Elliott. Love, love this album. The singles off this album are "She's a Bitch," "All in My Grill," and ooh, I had a big one, so I apologize. "Hot Boys." Those songs were very big back in the day. Standout tracks for me are "Beat Biters," "Busta Rhymes," "All in My Grill," "Dangerous Mouths," "Hot Boys," "Mr. DJ," "Smooth Chick," "We Did It," and "You Can't Resist." Those are the standout tracks of this album. Missy Elliott, she was in her bag on this album. So was Timbaland, man. I miss that old Timbaland sound. I want him to go back to that sound. But yeah, this is Missy Elliott with The Real World, released in 1999. I need to get the Super Duper Fly and the So Addictive, so definitely get my hands on that. Next album, I had to get it just for the collection, but it is Killa Beez with The Sting, released in 2002. This is supposed to be a follow-up of the Swarm album that dropped in 98, which I prefer over this. I just have to say that right then and there. The single of the album, I believe, was Do Re Ru. Yeah, Do Re Ru. Featuring Bobby Dizzle, RZA, ODB, Recipes, and Kinetic out of Kinetic. Oh man, I don't like that song at all, man. But it does have some standout tracks. You got joints like Dancing with Wolves, Take Up Space, Get At Me, Spit That G, and KB Writing. Those are the joints that I like the most. But everything else is kind of unforgettable. And that's it, folks. I'm gonna cut it short because I'm running out of time. I know it's a little bit short, but a little bit long. But I definitely still got some more. All right. So probably gonna do a part 2 of that. All right. So definitely stay tuned. All right. Peace.